ever played.
You may be right, and I'm sure some of those players feel like it is. And this is where Michigan's substitution may begin to take its toll on Illinois.
So each team ended up scoring just 2 points in that third overtime period. A pair of free throws by Winters, and the basket on the other end by Eric Turner.
Gone from 11 to 5 to 2 in scoring in these overtimes. The horn blows, but nobody comes out on the floor.
And they crawl back on the floor.
George Montgomery's back in to replace Weisinger. Illinois going with that iron lineup. Richardson, Douglas, Altenberger, Ephraim Winters, and George Montgomery. Michigan comes back with Roy Tarpley and Tim McCormick, the 2 big guys, and the 3 guards, Antoine Jobert, Danny Pelakoutis, and E.T. Eric Turner, as we head into overtime number 4.
4, count them 4, as Tarpley and Winters tip it off here again. Richie Weiler tosses it up, and the tip goes to Illinois. Richardson picks it up, out chases Danny Pelakoutis for the ball.
Well, the coaches are earning their money in this game, too. The strategy on both sides of the scorers table has really been great. I mean, the wheels have been turning the whole game.
Ephraim Winters will take the shot, will miss it. Gets his own rebound, dishes back to Richardson. Back into Douglas, back to Quinn for the jumper. Good! 66-64. With 30 seconds gone in the 4th overtime.
Illini will zone.
And the crowd really into this one, shouting the defense. .55 to go in the overtime period as Pelakoutis gets back to Turner. Trying to slip the pass, intercepted by Quinn Richardson, and Pelakoutis threw it away.
Tarpley never saw it, I don't think. He never bent over to pick it up, and it bounced twice before it got to Quinn Richardson. And Illinois wants to take time out.
Both those Michigan big men look a little tired right now. Tarpley down at the other end looked like he's dropped his arms a little bit.
Sorry, that wasn't a timeout. That was a planned play by Lou Henson. Bruce Douglas had a shot, didn't take it.
3:20 to go here in the fourth overtime period.
This is as commanding a position as either team has been in since we got into these overtimes. But the Illini have to protect that basketball.
Richardson with Jobert chasing him.
Trying the double team.
Now to Douglas. Over to Montgomery. Up. Blocked by Tarpley. Montgomery comes out with it, though.
Excellent play by Montgomery. Boy, what a good play.
And throw it away.
Somebody better get the ball. It will be Michigan's ball.
Over and back. And now we'll have an argument about who touched it last.
No. It happened right in front of us, and I don't think anybody touched the ball after George threw it.
I didn't either. Doug Altenberger thought so.
We'll get a chance to see it again. George made the smart play when he pulled the ball out of traffic and headed out to the corner, but he did not make a very good pass. And see if we can see what happens here. Tried to bounce it. Really couldn't tell from that angle by any means.
Right by Richardson and all the way down court. And an over and back violation will give Michigan the ball on their offensive side with 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the 4th overtime period. So the Illini couldn't stand prosperity, I guess. Leading by 2. Could not control. There's that big orange and blue flag that cheerleaders have hauled out this year. And everybody's got to be getting tired in this game. Whether you're cheerleaders or officials or players or coaches. It has been, to say the least, an unusual game. end up playing at least another full 20 minutes of play here with the 4 overtime periods. So it's Michigan ball after the turnover. No lineup changes for either team after that timeout, and Antoine Gilbert will toss it in here. And intercepted by Bruce Douglas. Down to Richardson. Takes the game against Turner and rimmed it. No good. Tarpley rebounds from Michigan.
And now the Wolverines have a break.
Gilbert's shot is no good. McCormick rebounds to the floor, and it's Illinois ball. Foul call on Gilbert, and what a break for the Illini. Oh. Quinn Richardson had the chance for the layup and rimmed it down court. Michigan hustled back, and there's Gilbert's shot that comes up short.
Ephraim Winters made him change the shot. Then Ephraim went back and got the ball away from McCormick. It went to the floor. Ephraim grabs it.
Richardson was battling in there with it, and I'm sure Michigan probably was looking for a foul in that situation, but instead it goes against Antoine Gilbert, who fouled Winters from behind.
I can hardly believe Richardson missed that layup on the other end.
1-and-1 for Winters. He makes, and there's a big lead, 67-64, and this one could really open it up, but we still have a long 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the overtime period.
This would be the biggest lead Illinois has had in overtime.
And there it is, 4 points, 68-64. Ephraim Winters connects on both free throws with 2:30 to go in the 4th overtime period.
The bench is on its feet over there. Illinois players trying to get their teammates out there to play some defense. A crowd on its feet, and you can hear the crowd in the background.
Tarpley makes, and it's 68-66 with 2:14 to go. Roy Tarpley pulls Michigan to within 2.
Michigan pulled the pressure off. They pulled the press away. They didn't want to give up the easy basket.
Down to 2 minutes to go. Will the Illini try to run her down here? Douglas doesn't look like it. He drives towards the basket. Instead goes back to Altenberger. Into the hands of Quinn Richardson. Gilbert put the pressure on him. Quinn drives all the way and out to Douglas. Down to 1:30 to go. This is Douglas to Altenberger. And a foul on Antoine Gilbert.
Pretty good time to foul. You see it, no question. Gilbert fouls Altenberger. He'll get the 1-and-1.
You know, Dan, an amazing story of this game is coming in. You wondered how Illinois could match up physically with this Wolverine team. And here they are, faced with playing 4 overtime periods against this team. It's really been something.
They haven't given away much in the strength department on this game. And they have shot the lights out of it from the free throw line.
69-66, 3-point lead now, thanks to Doug Altenberger, who has 15 points in the game. Next one is good. 70-66, 4-point lead again for the Illini. 1:25 to go as Turner brings it down.
Illinois zone.
Roy Tarpley with the ball up and missed it this time. Montgomery rebounds. He is fouled by Tarpley. And here's the chance for the Illini to really open it up as George Montgomery goes to the line. Fouled by Roy Tarpley. Here's the replay.
There's the shot. Tarpley really got a good shot. It just wouldn't go down for him. And Montgomery, as usual, had great inside rebounding position.
And here we go. George Washington Montgomery to the line.
We should just sit back and let you hear what happens if he makes his free throw. This place is going to go wild.
He is 2 out of 4 at the line so far this afternoon. Here goes. That answered the question. Illinois 71, Michigan 66. 5-point lead. Montgomery's second free throw coming up. But it's short. Michigan with the ball. Pelikutis driving all the way. Dishes to Joubert for the shot. It's no good. Oldenburger flies through for the rebound. A foul called on Roy Tarpley. So now, Oldenburger can almost put it out of reach. Almost.
If it was Tarpley, that should be it for him. And it is.
8 points for Roy Tarpley, and I really was impressed with his defensive play in this game. The 6'10" sophomore leads with 8 points.
He's a Big Ten leader in rebounding and block shots, and no doubt he'll stay atop the
Gonna have a timeout called.
Category.
A timeout called with 1:05 to go in the fourth overtime period. Illinois up by 5, 71-66. Now there's the story. The fourth overtime period, 1:05 remaining. Illinois 71, Michigan 66, and Doug Oldenburger goes to the free throw line with a 1-and-1. Jokic is back in to replace Tarpley, who fouls out. He's the second Wolverine to foul out. Butch Wade fouled out like about 2 hours ago, wasn't it?
They also have guard Thompson in there. He's an outside shooter.
Good freshman there.
Par excellence. Yeah, 6'1" freshman out of Grand Rapids East.
Here's Oldenburger with the free throws. Missed, and Montgomery gets the save. Illinois has the ball. Montgomery tapped it out. Douglas takes it down central. Winters tries for the stuff. Is fouled. And I'll tell you, bodies went flying all over, except Ephraim. He came out on that one. And McCormick went one way, and Jokic went the other. Watch this.
Here you go, Douglas with the dish. And this is what you call a strong move. Even though he did not get the basket, he did send some bodies flying, and Ephraim Winters has 2 free throws on the way.
You talk about the athletes of this Michigan team. Well, I think Ephraim took on a couple of good ones that time and came out the better. Free throw. It's short. Has another one, though. 2-shot foul. 57 seconds to go. The Illini have had a chance to really ice this one away. They're still leaving the situation in doubt. 5-point lead as Winters shoots and hits. 72-66. 6-point lead. There's Bill Frieder motioning his Wolverine team down the floor. Guard Thompson from the baseline is no good. Rebound, gonna foul. And it's Montgomery. And he is so long goodbye, George. But listen to the hand he gets. Standing ovation. And a smile on his face. Montgomery fouls out with 10 points. Lou Hinson wants a timeout and see if he's going to get it here.
But before we start slapping backs around here, I think we better take a look at the numbers.
Because McCormick can narrow that lead down to 4. Lou Hinson wanting the timeout and not getting it yet. Let's see. Come on, somebody. There it is. They got it. A timeout. We'll keep it here with 48 seconds to go in the fourth overtime period. It's got to be the longest game ever played or imagined for an Illinois basketball team. Illini up by 6, 72-66, but the issue is still in doubt as McCormick has free throws coming up. Once again, we want to remind you that when this one is over, we have a game next Thursday.
We may leave for that one right after this.
Illinois at Iowa on Thursday night. Illini taking on George Raveling's Hawkeyes, who have been a disappointment so far in the early going this first half of the Big Ten season, along with Michigan State. They've probably been the biggest surprises as far as disappointments.
That's the Big G fan club out there, I believe.
Big G fan club. For George Montgomery.
George got his double figures today, although it took him 3 halves to do it.
The first half was goose egg. So the Illini back on the floor. Boy, they got to be tired. Douglas has to be tired. He's played all the way. You're talking about 60 minutes of basketball. McCormick with a 1-and-1. Has 11 points for the game. He's 3 out of 4 at the line. And he misses. Illinois with a rebound. Richardson. They'll have to foul him. And gives to Oldenburger. Here they come. And Doug holds back with a 6-point lead and 35 seconds to go in this game. Richardson fouled by Philippoudis. 2-shot foul, says Richie Weiler. 2-shot foul coming up. Scott Mintz comes in to replace Weisinger with 34 seconds to go in the 4th overtime. Richardson with 2 shots.
Either one of these might well wrap it up.
I would think so. And it is no good. And Eric Turner thought that was a 1 shot. And one of the reasons he did that was that when the foul was initially blown by George Solomon, he did signal a 1-on-1, but Richie Weiler had overruled him, calling for the 2-shot foul. So
I want to tell you, he made some time getting down to that other baseline.
Quinn's got another one coming up. A hard time nailing this one down. Here goes. And he makes 73-66. The big 7-point lead now with 30 seconds to go in the 4th overtime. Turner all the way from the baseline. Shot no good. Illinois ball. Douglas comes out of it. And nothing called yet. And finally to the floor. Turner picks up the foul. 1-and-1 for Douglas. And finally, the fans are screaming for the exits. They think Illinois has got this one wrapped up, and they should. With 21 seconds to go and a 7-point lead, a chance to make it 9 with Douglas at the line. Bruce at the line with a 1-and-1. And he makes 8-point lead, 74-66 as the Illini finally able to break through and break this Michigan team here in the 4th overtime. 75-66, 9-point lead with 20 seconds to go. Philippoudis to Turner. And no good. Rebound. Illinois to Oldenburger. He's fouled by Jokic, and Oldenburger goes to the line. And this final score may be far from indicative of the way this game was played.
I should say so.
Until you look at the little 4 OT figure, and you'll know something went on. What a game. Now we're going to put this scorecard in the scrapbook. Don Klusendorf coming in for the Illini.
Ephraim will take a seat.
Ephraim Winters goes to the bench. 23 points, which is the highest scoring effort. It ties the highest scoring effort by any Illinois player this year. Previously, Ephraim had 23. There's a shot no good by Oldenburger. Here comes Michigan with 10 seconds to go. Philippoudis up off the glass, no good. Mintz has the rebound with 5 seconds to go. Douglas down to Weisinger with 1 second, and that's it. It is over. A basketball game that took 4 overtimes to decide. And Lou Hinson is carried off the floor by the Illini players. Lou Hinson gets the victory ride. Well, the Illini coaches, players, and fans are going to rest well tonight. Long one this afternoon. A history maker. This scorecard is completely full. 4 overtimes. I come out with a 75-66 decision over Michigan. Tied at the end of regulation time, 46-46 after the first.